I am Thomas Randolph Hill. Most people call me Randy, and I'm from Salisbury, North Carolina. And my involvement with Dr. Wilson, I was injured in 1992 on the railroad. Well, I went through several processes for about 3 years. Then I became involved with the pain clinic and was taking Vasette blocks and treatment about every 2 to 3 weeks. And then gradually I went through doctor after doctor, met Dr. Wilson, and they had come up with a process called the radio frequency block. And wanted to know if I was interested in trying. It was kind of experimental at the time. And I told him, I was in so much pain and going through so much that I was willing to try anything. So basically, we had several conversations, and then I went and took the procedure. And the first time I took the procedure, I think I received about 3 months of no pain. And then the second one that I took, I began to get 5 to 6 months relief. And basically what happens with me, I get in so much pain that I get to where I can't walk. I use a couple of canes or had to have assistance. Basically can't sleep in the bed. I had to sleep on the floor with a tennis ball on my hip or something hard back there just to get relief. Pain medications don't seem to help or anything. So, but you basically have to get 5 months out of this procedure. But it's like a new world. I mean, to go without pain. When I take the procedure, it takes about 24 hours before I actually get my legs back and get my feeling back and get to moving around. But Dr. Wilson has been really great. He has worked with me. Anytime that I have a discomfort or whatever, I can call him, talk to him, and then we'll go from there. A lot of times I'm getting pain from something else outside of that. You go and you're in pain and you went without doing things and people doing for you. And then when you have this procedure, he says the big problem he has with me is I want to do everything real quick. And that's not good. But I have learned, to relax, enjoy the procedure, do things a little at a time, and my snow skiing days are over because you just can't go do a lot of things that you think you can do, but you feel that's good to go do those things, but you could possibly injure yourself and then do more harm. I've had Vasette blocks. I've had different experimental type blocks, acupuncture, but they was temporary relief, 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes I wouldn't get that much. Sometimes maybe a little longer, but very seldom. I just was very depressed, just kind of wanting to give up on life until this procedure come along, and I still get a little emotional when I think about it because I've just been through a lot of pain, and it's affected my family life. I'm very athletic. There's just things you can't do anymore athletic-wise. My boys play a lot of ball. I've always been interactive with them. I got to where that was there no more, so they'd have their ball games. I'd be in pain and couldn't travel. Traveling in the car was really rough. 15, 20 minutes, I'd have to stop, walk around, get out. And with this new procedure that I take now, the radio frequency block, I get a lot of relief. I can drive. I can go on trips and stuff now, whereas before I wouldn't even drive a car because I would get the spasms and the pain. Basically, I almost had a couple of wrecks because of it. But now, I have a lot of freedom and get to enjoy life, get to enjoy things with my kids and my wife, and even my grandkids. And it's just been a new life. It's like a new lease on life. I used to tell people I used to feel like a half a man. And you've always been the breadwinner, and now you're not able to work. And it changes your whole life. And you're out there, and when you're going to doctors and back and forth, you're looking for miracles. I mean, that's every time somebody says, well, let's try this, you want to try it because you're looking for that miracle. You just like to live your life one day, 1 hour without some pain. And then when this radio frequency thing come along, that was an answer to a prayer. And they're with people like Dr. Wilson and other people. They don't just stop there. They want to go on. They want to, and who knows? Maybe in a few years or a few weeks, I may go a year. They may come along with something going on with you, or not even have chronic pain anymore. But it's hard to deal with. It's very emotional, very degrading, and it's just. This has been a miracle for me, When Dr. Wilson was in the hospital system with the staff here, he's always surrounded himself with good staff. You feel like, I don't feel like I come to the doctor. I feel like I come to see a friend, and there's other friends around. I mean, it's first name basis. But they do. They learn. They know a lot about your life. Because they are your life. I mean, they're part of your everyday life, because when you get to having pain and you're hurting and so forth, these people are there to comfort you, and then they're there to help you, and always been fantastic to my wife. Emergency situations, they've always been there for me. Talking wise, if you're kind of depressed a little bit, I think he can tell. But he's talking about, he'll talk to you about your kids, about how things are going, relaxes you. Anytime he does a procedure, as many times as I've had it, he'll still explain certain situations, and it kind of relaxes you, and just great staff, great people. I've been through a bunch of doctors and through the whole hospital system, and Dr. Wilson was, when he come in, it was just his attitude. He was like a friend, like first name basis. That's the way he wanted it. It wasn't these big words and go on with the conversation, and you're sit there lingering. Well, what is he talking about? He explains it in detail. He explains what's going to happen to me, why it doesn't last longer, why I shouldn't do this, why I shouldn't do that. And medication-wise, that was a thing that always worried me. I never wanted to get hooked on medication, pain medicine and stuff. So we've always worked with that in mind. And and his staff, same thing. Always first name basis. You're very relaxed when you come in. Matter of fact, you feel like you come out. If you want to Coke, it's just a very friendly, relaxed atmosphere. And I think basically when you go through chronic pain, you need that. You really need that, because you go from doctor to doctor, and it's something a lot of people don't understand. It's I told my father before he passed away that. I used to say, there's nothing wrong with that guy's back. They're just a baby. They're not in that much pain. And now, I regret those words, because you deal with a lot of emotion, a lot of pain, a lot of stress. And it's just nice to have somebody that understands that. And when you come in, you're in pain. And I feel like when I walk through the door, I feel better. Before I even start the treatment, I feel better, I have a lawyer friend that, and I get calls from, he is a railroad lawyer. He goes all over the country. And he has, clients of his have called me, and they are going through chronic pain where they've been injured or so forth. And I have conversations with them about the process that I've been through, and that there is help out there, that you can't give up. So I have tried to help give back in that way. And then I always recommend Dr. Wilson. The radio frequency block that I take it won't help a lot of people. You might not qualify for it. In other words, it might not help you. But there's other things out there that can help you, and that's the good thing about Dr. Wilson. If you've got pain, he's not gonna stop. He's gonna keep going. He's gonna do everything he can to try to help you. And when I say help, a lot of people they think that you're gonna get a miracle and you're never gonna have pain again. But help is when you get some relief. You get some of your life back and some of your identity back, and that's what he's helped me do. And I know he's not a miracle maker. I know but he's constantly going to help you. He's not going to quit. He's going to, it's great to get back your identity, and feel like somebody. And he's helped me do that, and I know he's helped other people do that.